morning, Spiritual Life Center. Welcome to the SLC Sunday Experience. You are in the right place at the right time, and your soul is welcome here. We have Bejan in the house today, and we're going to have a wonderful time. Super Bowl Sunday.
That's right.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcomed here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcomed here. You're welcomed here at SLC. Welcome home, everybody. Welcome home. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I am meant to be. Oh, my soul is welcomed here. Your soul is welcomed here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcomed here. Oh, my soul is welcomed here. Your soul is welcomed right here at SLC. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcomed here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcomed here. We love you here at SLC. You're welcomed here. Your soul is welcomed here. Internet, we haven't forgotten you. We know you're there, and you're welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul, your soul, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome. Hey! Right here!
Woo! Well, good morning, SLC. And good morning, Patty. My God, they're letting us do it again.
No. I didn't think they'd ever bring us back.
From the dead.
We greet you in the name of all that is sacred, all that is holy, and all that is good in this warm and loving community, Spiritual Life Center. Spiritual Life Center honors all people worshiping in temples, churches, mosques, and stone circles, because we know there is no space that God is not. I mixed that up. There's no spot that God is not. If this is your first time joining us, either online or in person, we especially welcome you because we know nobody is here by accident. We're all here by
Divine appointment.
And we really appreciate it when you silence your cell phones and any other electronic devices. And please, no flash photography during the service.
And today's daily word is determination. And I know that so many of us, when we think of determination, we are thinking of the monks, the Buddhist monks on their trip from Texas, all walking all the way up to the nation's capital. And by the way, we're going to be doing something, a group of us anyway. It's not walking from Texas to the capital of the United States, but you got to start somewhere. On Friday the 13th at 9:30, a group of us are going to be gathering outside of SLC, and we'll be walking. It's only a mile to a beautiful Buddhist temple, but we thought they've been giving flowers and blessings. We should give flowers and blessings to them. And so again, Friday at 9:30 on the 13th, join us, and we will be walking to the Buddhist temple, and we'll be showing our determination. The affirmation is, "My determination takes me far." In every person's life, there will be times of ease and times of struggle. In the tougher times, it's natural to feel discouraged and tempted to give up on plans and dreams. When discouragement sets in, I remember I am fully human and fully divine, a spiritual being endowed with many divine gifts. I fortify myself by invoking my innate qualities of strength and power. They give me the determination to keep going, to stay the course. I can use my body and my mind to accomplish what I set out to do, but I also know there is more to me than that. The attributes of God are mine to use. I believe in myself and move forward with determination. And from Paul's first letter to the Thessalonians, we read, "So deeply do we care for you that we are determined to share with you not only the gospel, but also our own selves, because you have become very dear to us." Today's daily word is determination. Dear Spirit, dear Mother, Father, God, thank you for that spirit of determination inside of us and helping us to remember that we are more than ego. We are more than this world. The material world is not the end all and be all. There is that absolute realm. There is that divine order. And when we connect with that, divine mind flows through us. Thank you for SLC, this wonderful spiritual community on a metaphysical hill. Help us to center and to remember to love, serve, and remember. And for this and so much more, we say thank you and amen and amen. And we also say our mission statement because it really does remind us of who we've come here to be. Let's say it together. To transform lives, to make a positive difference in the world as we love, serve, and remember. And we're right in the middle of a series on Unity's 5 principles. Today we're going to be looking at the third principle, that principle of thought and the creative thought and what it can do in our lives. But let's say all of them together. God is absolute good everywhere present. People are inherently good. Thoughts create our experiences. Prayer and meditation are how we connect with God. And we must take action. And we have entered into that spirit, that season of spiritual nonviolence, which starts on January 30th, the anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi's assassination, runs all the way to April 4th, which is the anniversary of Martin Luther King's assassination. Boy, oh boy, if ever we needed the vision, hope, words of Gandhi and Martin Luther King, now is the time. And we celebrate this at SLC, is each week somebody from our spiritual family comes up, does a reading, and then shares from the heart about what it means to them. And at this service, we are so fortunate to have John Carlos Santiago to come up and share with us. Please, thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. I was given this reading, and I think it's absolutely lovely. Let me share it with you. Today, I make a personal practice of nonviolence. What I say and do expresses what is in my thoughts, not as I wish they were, but how they really are. This day, I commit to practice nonviolence in my thoughts, words, and actions. Throughout the day, I notice that I am self-critical or that I judge others harshly. I notice that I abuse my body temple. I notice that no matter how I try, I still participate in abusing Mother Earth. The opportunity to make a personal practice of nonviolence shows up in my thoughts, actions, and words. However, I must first begin with my thoughts because they have the greatest impact on my words and actions. And my words and actions have the greatest impact on the world. Today, I make a personal practice of nonviolence. Today, I make a personal practice of nonviolence. Another season of nonviolence rolls around. The message, as poignant as ever, once again makes me stop and reflect on the accuracy of the statements read. What I say and do expresses what is in my thoughts, not as I wish they were, but as they really are. As I struggle to keep this truth in mind during what feels like a barrage of violence over the last year or more, I come to the realization that my thoughts have developed a resistance to the hate being delivered relentlessly to the screens that I cannot seem to escape. Where once my mind would be full of critiques on the jaggedness of the broken glass lying before me, or the hole-ridden umbrella supposedly covering a downpour of ice, I find myself instead giving thanks for the opportunity to build a new umbrella and the catalyst to come together with neighbors who share a vision of divine good. The text says, "Throughout the day, I notice that I am self-critical or that I judge others harshly. I notice that I abuse my body temple. I notice that no matter how I try, I still participate in abusing Mother Earth. Try as I do, I still participate in abusing Mother Earth along with my own body temple through the misdirection of violent thought. But today, I choose to lay down the fight in my mind. I choose to let go of the judgment in my thoughts so that God's purpose can flow through me. Today, I choose to make a personal practice of nonviolence and see the world in the light of absolute good." Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was outstanding. Thank you so much for sharing. This week, we have our ongoing prayer circle at 5:30 on Wednesday night. And the chaplains take turns facilitating that prayer group. And so it's always a little bit different, and it's a wonderful time of prayer. And that's a half hour. And then at 6 o'clock, we have our community meal, soup. One of the volunteers makes soup, and we have camaraderie, friendship, talking, and great food. It's very nice time. And then for our WOW service this week, ongoing, Rick and Peg in person will be here talking about the Unity 5 principles, and that's from 7 to 8:15. So we're very thrilled to have Peg here in person to help Rick facilitate that. So I look forward to seeing you Wednesday night for 1, 2, or all 3 of the events.
Can you believe it? Ash Wednesday is almost here. I mean, Easter is coming early this year, but join us on February 18th, Wednesday, February 18th at 7 p.m., because we're going to be having a special Ash Wednesday Phoenix Rising service. I'll be doing it with Lisa Lawson. There's going to be incredible music with Christy Mattel and Paula also with the music. Again, it will be a metaphysical twist to this, so come join us for Ash Wednesday on February 18th at 7 p.m. And then, movie night. Wow, Valentine's movie night. It's going to be Friday the 13th at 7 p.m. We're showing a wonderful movie called Midnight in Paris. Essentially, it's a modern writer he winds up in a magical car which drags him back to the 1920s in Paris. Next thing you know, he's with Cole Porter, Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie. So join us. It's at 7 on Friday the 13th. Our YOUers are going to be, what's a movie without popcorn, et cetera, et cetera. They're going to be supplying the popcorn, et cetera, et cetera. And all funds are going to be going to YOU.
And the community action team, CAT, they're having a kid's birthday party. They partner with the Volunteers of America, and there's formerly homeless children that are now living in family transitional housing. And so Thursday, February 26th, from 5:30 to 7:30, is this birthday party for these kids. And Sally and the team, the CAT team, needs people to provide snacks and gifts and your loving presence to help with the party. And Sally will be out in the courtyard after service to answer any questions and give you the address. And you can sign up for what you want to do or bring for the event. So see Sally in the courtyard.
Forward to our celebration of Black History, and Paul is here to talk some more about it.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I've been telling you about this wonderful program that we've put together, so I'll just give you a little reminder. Sunday, the 22nd, we're going to have both of our services. We will have a guest speaker, Rev. Brenda Lambert from CSA, Center for Spiritual Awareness, along with Rev. Rick, and they're going to present, celebrate, and elevate 4 figures, African-American figures who have made really very significant contributions to the movement, and lots of great music with Carol Manson, David Mormon, Brenda Boston, Denise Anya, and Lori Wood. After the service, second service, we will have a delicious soul food lunch to satisfy that part of ourselves, of our human experience. And then at 1:30, we will have Authentic Voices, readers, theater performance. I thought today what I would do is share with you some information that they sent me, which is basically an impact statement that they sent. The intention of Authentic Voices is to realize Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s vision of the beloved community, which acknowledged that conflict and difference are inevitable aspects of human experience. He believed these differences are not weaknesses, but strengths, capable of peaceful reconciliation through a shared commitment to nonviolence, mutual respect, and shared humanity. In today's world, many individuals feel excluded or disillusioned by traditional church experience and long for an authentic connection. By showcasing diverse voices and listening, making meaningful dialogue, Authentic Voices empowers spiritual communities to embody the values of inclusion and belonging, demonstrate a lived commitment to love and acceptance, and inspire a deeper relationship that naturally supports community, vitality, and growth. That is their intention. That's what we will experience in the workshop after as well. First, their presentation, which is their stories, and the workshop is an opportunity for you to share your stories. So we hope you plan for the whole day. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. I think this really will be such a meaningful celebration. Hope to see you all there. Daniel Thomas, our acting board president, is here to make a presentation and update. Woo!
Thank you very much. As most of you know, our beloved Janae has decided to take 6 months off to focus on her healing and her current health challenge. I request we all collectively hold her in the love and light and know it's all God. This has had an impact on all of us, and I assure you that the board is strong and competent. We are competent. Janae is not off the board, and she is available to support us if needed. This has given me an opportunity to step up and serve all of you, and I am very grateful. I absolutely love greeting at the front gate when you guys show up. It's great to see you. You are my family of choice, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm new to the board, but I've been part of SLC for 24 years. And as a board of trustees, our main responsibility is the financial well-being of the church to grow membership and work closely with the minister and the staff. That is our lane. The first thing I would like to report on the executive board, we are meeting with Rick on Tuesday to give him feedback from an evaluation survey that the staff and the board completed this past week. Rick has been with us for 6 months now, and it's a standard review of ministers received to offer feedback to support, them regarding our collective experience working with him. Similar to our strategic plan at the church, we are going to be looking at the 4-quadrant analysis, what Reverend Rick's strengths, weaknesses, challenges, and opportunities working with the new church. There's been a lot of change here at SLC over a short period of time, and I believe it's all good, and God's working through us. Also, Rev Rick announced the reorganization, appointing director positions to several of the employees. I'm personally excited about more active volunteer participation. That means you. And that's how I was scooped up into this community, and I may come up here and tell my story one day, exactly what that looked like. Our wonderful Elaine happily reported to our treasurer, Marcia, who was absent from our last meeting, that we ended up this year with a net gain of just over $13,000. So thank you. Also, we decided as a board to open our meetings to you, well, not all of you, but 2 or 3 at a time, beginning on February 26th, on June 25th, and October 22nd, so quarterly. The potential for community members to attend the meetings is a way of increasing transparency and engagement. Some of you may have noticed some changes in the courtyard. The landscape committee, George Peckham, and I, yay George, are experimenting adding some plants and getting rid of the little orange cones. More plants will be added as we move forward. We're in discussion also about getting name tags for all of us so we can remember each other's names and also our own names if needed. Last but not least, our governing membership. If you need support to update the website to show that you are still a governing member, that would be great. Just please ask the front office. It's real quick and easy online. Those numbers are needed to keep increasing. This is a process that needs to be done every year. Our bylaws review is on hold because of the information comes from recent merger of the 2 Unity organization is kind of on hold, and they're figuring out what's next. Many thanks to George and Sally for doing that update. And then Rick will talk a little bit more about manifestation. I think I have a slide, but I have internalized this, and if you'll join me, that would be great. This daily quote from Charles Fillmore. Would you be willing to say it with me? Okay. The inexhaustible resource of spirit is equal to every demand. There is no reality in lack. Abundance is here and now manifest. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You know, we are so fortunate. I mean, Janae is such a pillar of this community, and we are so fortunate to have Daniel stand up as our acting board chair. Thank you so much. I'd like to say one thing before bringing Claudia on, because I think what Claudia is going to be talking about is really important. Just a few days ago was the 9th anniversary of the death of my late wife, Debbie, from cancer. I was 18 years older than her, and so obviously I was going to make my transition first. Everything was planned that way. Obviously, it didn't happen that way, and we had to go through not 1 but 2 different state probate courts and everything else like that. This planning that she is going to be talking about, let me say, I can tell you it is so critically important. Also, we found at United Way that this was a very, very important service and a very, very important way of giving. So I think what Claudia is going to be talking to you about is really, really important. Claudia.
Good morning. The ABC team, the Abundance Building Committee, has created an event called Empower Your Future from Cradle to Grave. We have a panel of speakers on estate planning and 2 attorneys and 2 financial planners and 1 financial coach. 3 of the speakers are from our church: Gary Hirsch, Marilyn White, and Marcia McCrimmons. And Heather Estate will be our moderator. I'm the lead for this event, with Linda Paoli and Carol Mercer assisting me. We invite you to come to this important free event on March 1st after the second service. And we will provide a lunch for $5, and nobody will be turned away. And we will be Zooming this event. Some of the topics that we will cover is what is the advantage of having a trust? How much does a trust cost? For younger people, who will raise my children if something happens to me or my spouse? Why do I need a power of attorney, known as a POA? Wealth accumulation, college education, retirement, and estate planning. This will be a great information for people of all ages because you can never start too early. And Marilyn says, there is no one size fits all. Please bring your friends, family, and kids and neighbors. We want to fill this room to be able to serve more people. We got a late start on launching, so more information will be on the website soon, a flyer and the bio of the speakers. And I want to thank Linda Paoli and Carol Mercer for creating the ABC group to raise money for SLC. They are the ever-ready bunnies. And do you know that we raised approximately $30,000 last year? Including the auction and fund a mission, and that was with the support of the staff. So I hope you all come. Thank you.
And I can say from, as it were, bitter experience, what they're talking about is really important. I think this could really help you. And, there's SNAP never really snapped back, as it were, and hunger is real. There's our ongoing food drive in the courtyard, the red container. Please bring non-perishable canned goods and stuff like that. The other is that, food, folks, and fun is really important. In between and after the service, courtyard snacks, please bring homemade or purchased treats. They're greatly appreciated. There are many things here to really foster transformation in our lives, particularly prayer chaplains. Prayer chaplains are in the courtyard for one-on-one prayer. Go to the hub to learn more, our website. If you're not getting our emails, please speak to either Patty or me. We'll make sure that you are getting them. And there's so many reasons we come here. We come here a lot of times for connection. So let's greet each other in the way that we think is most appropriate.
Welcome back, and your soul is here. Please join us this morning in singing All Good, All Good. Thank you so much. Welcome home. We're glad you're here. And we're in All Good, Holy, Holy. All Good, Holy, Holy. Join us, join us. Holy, in my heart and my soul lets me know all is good. Holy, holy. It's all good, all good, all good. Holy, holy. It's all good, all good, all good. Holy, holy. All in my mind, all in my mind, and in my heart and my soul lets me know all is good. Holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul lets me know all is good. Holy, holy. It's all good, all God, all love.
Now, as we settle into our chairs and prepare for meditation, we'll start by speaking aloud together our vision statement. Spiritual Life Center is a loving, vibrant family that welcomes home all people and accepts everyone, no exceptions, weaving ancient spiritual traditions with emerging wisdom. We cultivate a spiritual deepening with the divine, each other, and our planet. And we're going to sing this beautiful chant by Richard Burdick. As I think, so shall it be.
One, two. Please feel free to join us in this chant. Open our hearts, open up our minds.
As I think, so shall it be. As I know, so shall I see. As I feel, so let it be. God does great works through me. As I know the truth within my mind, that as I think, so shall I find. And I know the truth within my heart, and all I know, God's grace imparts. Thank you, Father. Thank you, God. Thank you, Mother. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, Father, Mother, God.
As I think, so shall it be. Allow these words to gently slip into your heart, from the ears to the heart. As I think, so shall it be. I invite you to get comfortable. Close your eyes if you choose. Breathe in peace. Breathe out anything unlike peace.
With every breath, relax. In and out. Breathing deeper and slower. Letting go of all the mind chatter. Breathing in, aware of the in-breath. Breathing out, aware of the out-breath. Breathing peace. I invite you to bring your attention down to your feet. Begin observing any sensations. You might want to wiggle your toes a little, feeling your toes against your socks or shoes. Just notice, without judgment. You might imagine sending your breath down to your feet, as if the breath is traveling through the nose, to the lungs, through the abdomen, all the way down to your feet, and then back up again, through the abdomen, the lungs, and out through your nose. Peace in and peace out. Your entire body at peace. Once again, return your attention to your feet. Imagine yourself on a peace walk, one step at a time, perhaps even walking alongside the Buddhist monks on their peace walk. Set the intention that with each step you are bringing calm into loud places. Breathe in, breathe out. There may be moments of discomfort when there are hazards on the road, snow, broken glass, even people yelling their fear at you. You are not deterred. You keep walking. You forgive them. This is your medicine walk. You are the medicine. One quiet step at a time, bringing calm into loud places, in the silence. As you slowly return, remain in that peaceful, calm space you have created for yourself and for others. In Buddhism, peace is not demanded from the world. It is lived through the body. Each step is intentional. Each breath is steady. Each mile is a reminder, reminding the world that peace is not just an idea. It's a discipline, a daily choice. If peace needs permission, it is not peace. If compassion needs a trophy, we missed the point. One breath, one step, no permission needed. One quiet step at a time. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be at peace. And so it is.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. My words are prayers, and I am always praying. My words are prayers. Be careful what I'm saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Becomes a prayer. My life's a prayer, and I am always praying. My life's a prayer. I'm careful what I'm saying. I know that God is there. I know that God is always there. And every thought, every word, my life becomes a prayer.
Wow, thank you, music team. And thank you, Paul, for a wonderful, wonderful meditation. So we're now right in the middle of a series on Unity's 5 principles. Let's remind ourselves where we've been. And the neat thing is with YouTube, you can go back and look and whatever. We first, where did these principles come from? And there was a very interesting story behind how we got these principles, and I think an important spiritual lesson. Then we went into the first unity principle, which is God is absolute good, everywhere present. In one of the early Woody Allen movies, he was asked, do you believe in a supreme being? He said, yes, I believe in a supreme being who rules the entire universe except for certain parts of New Jersey. And God rules all the universe, even all of New Jersey, even where my relatives live. And that next one was there is a divine spark inside of us all. And that divine spark is who we are. It's the same secret sauce that was inside of Jesus, Buddha, etc., etc. And that means that we are inherently good, that we were born fine the first time. And so we come to that third unity principle, which gets to the very powerful causative power of thought. Ellen Davenport, in her wonderful book on the 5 unity principles, defines it this way: human beings create their experiences by the activity of their thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought. Or as it may be a bumper sticker, but this one is true. You want to change your thinking, you change your thinking and you change your life. Change your thinking and you change your life. And from this flows an awful lot, from this third principle, the law of attraction, the magnifying power of the mind. And it's interesting, Carl Jung, that great Swiss psychiatrist, he wrote a letter to actually Bill Wilson, the founder of AA, and he said, a lot of these spiritual principles, when I started to write them, I couldn't shout them from the rooftop. You had to be really sensitive about this in those days. I guess he was scared, shout it from, these spiritual principles from the rooftop, you get your medical license revoked back then. But now it's very different. I mean, a lot of you folks are going to skedaddle at the end of this service to go see the Super Bowl. But I got to tell you, almost all the wide receivers you're going to see today have gone through with coaches in terms of mindfulness, of actually, seeing it, being in the flow, experiencing on a deep level of catching that ball and bringing it in, and then looking for the goalposts and starting to run. And then if you're sticking around later and watching the Winter Olympics, I mean, those skaters have had coaches come in again with the flow and said, when you're doing a triple Lutz, see yourself in the air, see yourself landing perfectly on that ice and see it. And so, these principles about the law of attraction nowadays, have come so far into so much of our culture and society. The other which flows from this is the law of mind action. Remember, a thought in mind produces after its kind. A thought in mind produces after its kind. In the book of Job, Job says, the very thoughts that I feared have come upon me. The very thoughts I feared have come upon me. And Emmett Fox, that wonderful New Thought teacher, tells an interesting story. Believe it or not, Napoleon Bonaparte had a fear of people with large noses. Jimmy Durante knows the great Napoleon Bonaparte had a fear of, believe it or not. So what was Bonaparte's Waterloo? Actually Waterloo, like who's buried in Grant's tomb? Grant, and so, but who commanded the British troops that defeated him at Waterloo? It was the Duke of Wellington. Well, you go to the British Museum, as I did, and look at a picture of Wellington. Guess what? Wellington had a schnozola as large as Jimmy Durante's. The very thing that I feel, law of mind act. But fortunately, the law of mind action works in the positive, not just in the negative. The law of attraction works in the positive, not just in the negative. And it's interesting, Eric Butterworth said, I deal with a lot of people who come up and say, I don't have any faith. He said 9 times out of 10, it's not they didn't have a lot of faith. They had faith. They only had faith in the negative. And so out of that, of this also comes affirmative prayer. And next week, Lisa Lawson will also be talking in the fourth principle. Obviously, affirmative prayer is there, but I think Jesus put it so well in the Gospel of Mark. He says it all over in all the Gospels, but I usually go back to Mark where Jesus says, when you pray, believe that you have received and you will receive. Buddha put it so well, he says, all we are is a result of what we have thought. All we are is a result of what we had thought. And in the book of Proverbs, it says, as a man thinks, so is he. As a man thinks, so is he. Boy, oh boy, I'm going to share some of my experiences with the third principle, not because I think I'm the poster boy for, the third principle, but I came from a family of wall-to-wall negative thinkers. And so if I got it, anybody, believe me, anybody can get it, So anyway, came from a family of wall-to-wall negative thinkers. What happened? Well, my grandfather came over from the old country with and I'm sure my family story is not too much different from many of your family stories. Came over from the old country with next to nothing. Landed here on Ellis Island, and he had a good mind, he had a good entrepreneurial spirit, and a good vision. He came over here, he got his pharmacy license. He eventually, pretty soon, was able to own 4 or 5 drugstores in Manhattan, in New York. And he became a drug wholesaler this was before CVS and Walgreens and all. He became a drug wholesaler to several other drugstores. My middle son, David, when he was little, but still now he has a wicked sense of humor. So back then, he says to me, when I told him about, he was a drug wholesaler, he said to me, "You mean my great-grandfather was a drug dealer?" I said, "Not drug dealer, drug wholesaler." Oh, God. But they were doing very nicely. The family eventually wound up with a condominium on the Upper West Side, on Riverside Drive, overlooking the Hudson. In those days, a very fashionable part of town. The story I don't know, love, loathe, or whatever. So my grandfather was very good friends with a young man who was part of this candy family that owned a candy company and all that. And so the young man came in and saw my grandfather, said, Al, my grandfather's name, he said, we think we have a candy bar which is going to make us a powerhouse, a national, if not a global powerhouse. We need capital, but we don't want to go public because we don't want to lose control of the firm. We're interested in having people like you, we consider you part of the family, to invest and all that. Well, my grandfather said, "Do you have samples of this wonderful candy bar?" And he said, yeah, here's a box of them. And so my grandfather said, "All right, I'll get back to you very quickly." My grandfather goes home. He gives the box of candy bars to my mother, who was, a little girl at the time, and my Aunt Mildred, and they eat them and all that. And my grandfather turns to them, the next day, said, "What'd you think of them?" And they look at my grandfather and they go, "Yick, yick, double yick," So my grandfather, when he met the fellow again, he said, "I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take a pass on this, but I wish you all the best." What my mother and Aunt Mildred said yuck to turned out to be Snickers. Now, let me tell you one other, and I hope I get some, after you hear this, I get some respect from you folks because of this one. So a guy comes in, good friend again. He turns to my grandfather. He says, "I have an idea which is going to make us a fortune." My grandfather says, "What is it?" The guy says, "Chocolate-flavored X-Lax." My grandfather cracked up laughing. He said, "Get out of here, come on." I want you to know, if the fickle finger of fate had been just a little different, you might be talking to the minister who was the grandson of the chocolate X-Lax king of the United States. Respect. So, you could now look and say, what was the problem? I mean, they're living on the Upper West Side. There was something called the Great Depression. My grandfather lost almost everything. Almost everything. The stores and drugstores where he used to be selling them, drug distributing, he was now going around hoping they would buy catnip from him. I mean, by the time I came into the picture, he had formed another company and was doing well, but never at the level that was before the Great Depression. You can imagine how this has an impact on a family. Also, as I've shared, I was adopted when I was 6 months old into a Jewish family. We lost family members during the Holocaust. We got some out, but we lost a good number of relatives during the Holocaust. So in essence, my family had two really big bumps in the road and did not have the spiritual shock absorbers really to deal with these issues. And so I grew up, it was wall-to-wall negative thinking. And so I came into Unity. By the time I came into Unity, I had a good sense that my negative thinking was doing me absolutely no good. And I wanted in on this stuff that they talked about in Third Principle. But it was so hard. It honestly, truly was so hard to lean into this because I would think I would be getting it. I thought I would be getting it. And then some bump in the road occurred, and I'd be sitting thinking, this Unity stuff is just a bunch of happy babble, and I'd be right back down the tubes. Now, I wish I could tell you, here's what you do to get it on a gut level. It's like you put your left foot in, you put your right foot in, you do the hokey pokey, and you turn it on. I don't think there's anything like that. But I do think if you keep up on certain spiritual practices, if you have that desire, as they say, if you want esteem, self-esteem, do esteemable things. That if you keep doing this stuff, eventually it clicks in. It's very much like how I learned how to ride a bicycle. My father one day took the training wheels off and he said, "Come on, Ricky, I'll hold you in the back while you steer and pedal and all that." So he did that, and I talk and say something, he says something to me. I say something to him, he said something to me. I said something to him, he didn't say anything. I said something to him again, he didn't say anything. I turned around and found out that I had just ridden the bicycle for a block and a half by myself. Of course, I fell over, but got up again, and that was how I learned how to ride a bike. And as they say, once you learn how to ride a bike, it's something you don't forget. And so I think it's very much the same way. Now, something else which also really, truly clicked in, was reading a lot of Carl Jung back then, and still am. And Carl Jung talks a lot about the shadow. And it's very easy to think of the shadow as this rug where you sweep the ghoulies and the ghosties and the things you don't want to deal with underneath the rug. But Carl Jung also said, a lot of times we also sweep the gold under the rug. We sweep that internal gold under the rug. And I thought, you know what, he's right. I mean, there are ghoulies and ghosties under there, but there's a lot of gold under there. And this quote from Marianne Williams, I know it's famous, but you know what? Sometimes famous quotes bear repeating. And she wrote, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us." I believe that is so true. And Ernest Holmes, that great New Thought teacher, also said, even God can give you nothing until you make up your mind about what you expect. What you expect. I started seeing and feeling changes going on inside of me. These third principle ideas started to really honestly started to come alive. I could see that change in the quality, honestly, truly, within my life. And then I came across a quote by Charles Fillmore that really blew me away. Charles Fillmore wrote, "Faith is the perceiving power of the mind, coupled with the power to shape substance." Let me repeat that. Faith is the perceiving power of the mind, coupled with the power to shape substance. Boy, Charles Fillmore, you sound really woo-woo there. I mean, are you saying my thoughts can shape substance? And that's what he's saying. And, there was a part I would have said, I don't think so. But again, having several experiences and seeing that power of our thoughts to shape substance. Let me tell you a story. It's now August 2001, and I am the chief economist for the United Way movement. I get called into the president's office. He, as I knock on the door, he says, "Come in, Dr. Belous." And oh my God, when he calls me doctor, I know I'm in trouble. And so he sit down. He says, "Sit down, doctor." He says, "I'm just playing with you. You're fine. You're not in trouble today." He says that, I'm supposed to be speaking at this conference in Western Kentucky. And it's going to have the movers and shakers from business, labor, government, or academia are going to be there. And I was supposed to speak, but I can't. I want you to go. That paper you gave me last month about what, the role that you think that philanthropy could really play. Why don't you talk to them about that, particularly what you think United Way can do in this process? So let me get the dates of this conference. It is September 10th through September 12th, 2001. So I want you to go out to Western Kentucky and do this. So I go out on September 10th. I give the talk. Went over very well. The head of the United Way of Louisville, who was handling this, comes up to me and says, "Great talk. If you want to sleep in tomorrow, why don't you just sleep in, come down late?" Now, I got to tell you, this place where the conference was, it looked like something out of Gone with the Wind, with the balcony and all that. So I go in, and it's now September 11th, and I, being the A-type that I am, I slept late. I slept in, I think, to 7 o'clock, and came downstairs, and somebody came up to me and says, "Rick, you said you were from New York." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You need to watch the television. It's over that way." And I go in, and their video repeats of the jets running, the airliners running into the two towers of the World Trade Center. Now it's live television, and we're looking, and the first tower collapses. Then the second tower collapses. Then they have a report that the Pentagon has just been hit by a third jet. And my wife, Debbie, was a civilian employee for the Defense Department. Oh, my God. I call her. I fortunately am able to get her on the phone. She says, "No, I'm okay. It hit the Pentagon over," and she told me which section. I said, "But we know who work in that set. There are no reports of how people are there yet. But I'm okay. Thank God." I then put a call into United Way, wanted to speak to my team, and the receptionist. I'm good friends with the receptionist. She says, "Wait, now, before you talk to your team, the boss wants to speak to you." So, she pushes me upstairs, and I have the phone now. It's the president. He says, "Dr. Belous, and now you are in trouble. Where the hell are you?" I said, "I'm in Western Kentucky where you sent me." "Oh, yeah. Well, get back here immediately. Immediately. We are getting companies which have never," and this was incredible. I mean, we had companies which never dealt with us, and they're making phone calls and saying, "We pledged $20 million, and then there was the telethon, which was, remember Bruce Springsteen, Tom Hanks, I think Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. It was interesting in preparing this. I was curious, was Taylor Swift part of this? So I typed it into my AI program, and it comes back and it says, "Kiddo, Taylor Swift was just 11 years old when this happened. I tell you, it was the first time I ever got back from an AI program, kiddo, so. You can see the issue. I mean, all this money is flowing. And given the scandals which United Way faced several times, this is a clear setup for somebody with sticky fingers in the cookie jar and all that, and that's just what you don't want during this and all that. So get back here immediately to set up the data system and et cetera, et cetera. So I find that all planes have been grounded. There was nothing flying. All right, let's rent a car. I can't rent a car. Well, but you know what? I'm here with the movers and shakers. I speak to several senior executives with Fortune 50s. Obviously, they can shake a car free. And they said, yeah, we'll get right back to you. And so it was an hour later, they come to me and they say, we don't understand this. There's not a car. None of us have been able to shake a car free. I go up to my room, shut the door, and I start praying. Dear Spirit, I believe you want me in Washington. I believe you want me in Washington. I don't know how the heck to get there, but you do. And if it is your will, I know it is all in divine order, and there will be a way that this will happen. I let go and let God. And then the thought, because I always have said, this or something better. This or something better. Maybe I'm not supposed to get to Washington. We've been saying that you could run now, given the technology, again, 2001, given the technology, we don't have to be physically in this, the research team doesn't have to be physically in the same room. We have the tech, you could be around the world and run this thing. Maybe this is the example. Maybe this is the time to demonstrate that even in this crisis, we were able to run an operation while, the head of it was in Western Kentucky. So I just had this faith. I didn't know what the outcome would be, but just had this faith. I got out of my room, went to the spiral staircase, started walking down, and when I got to the bottom of the staircase, this woman came up to me. I had spoken to her maybe 3 minutes the day before. We didn't know each other from anything. She came up to me. She was the president of a local United Way in Kentucky. She said to me, I really feel God saying to me that you're supposed to be in Washington, and I'm supposed to play a major role in you getting to Washington. Here are my car keys. Here are my car keys. Drive my car to Washington. But how will you get home? Rick, who God calls, God equips. Who God calls, God equips. Take my keys, park it in the United Way parking lot. I'll be there in a few months to pick it up. And I got back. Faith is the perceiving power of the mind, coupled with the power to shape substance. I mean, I can't get over the celebration of life service that was recently held for Phil Pearson. And not only Phil, but I mean, Dorothy was mentioned. I never met Dorothy, but from speaking with many of you who did, if anybody could shape substance, it seems like Dorothy was one of them. And I loved the story. I'd never heard this before. So they're remodeling the church, and Dorothy said, I'd like to have a skylight in the sanctuary. And they said, it's not in the budget and not in the architectural plans, can't happen. Dorothy said, but I think it would be no, it can't happen and all that. Guess what happened? During the construction, in the center of the ceiling, it caved in. It caved in. And Dorothy got a beautiful skylight in the sanctuary. The other, which I was just so moved about, Elizabeth, Phil's daughter. She is going through health challenges, but what she wrote was read during the celebration of life service. And essentially she said, she was so concerned about her father's last days. Being a minister is not, you don't earn a king's ransom. I mean, I joke around and say the call to ministry I was an economist before, the call to ministry was the right thing to do, but it made absolutely no rational economic sense whatsoever. But she was so concerned, the money would not be there to help her, during the end of his life, and would he get the medical care he needed? And she went to visit her father, and she found he was in this facility. He was in this facility which had almost 180-degree windows looking out on Reno, Nevada. You looked down and there was a beautiful rose garden, and he was getting incredible medical care. And she said, how could I ever have doubted? How could I ever have doubted that my father would have what he needed, making his last days here? And I could hear some of us saying, well, yeah, that happens for Phil Pearson because he was spiritually a grand shamoka. I mean, quite frankly, I think we missed the essential message of what Phil was saying. We all have that power. We all have that power through this third principle. Faith is the perceiving power of the mind, coupled with the power to shape substance. And we all have it, and we can all do it. I think that old song, Unity song, hits the nail on the head, which was sung before. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peaceful rest, and know that God is always there. Then every thought will become a prayer. Thank you, and God bless. Namaste.
Thank you, Rick. Next week, we are blessed and thrilled to have Lisa Lawson, continuing on with the Unity Principle number 4, Connecting Through Prayer. And joining her will be a musical guest, Anne, Laree, and Lori. And we love, love, love to welcome our newcomers, very much so. If you're watching online, you can go to slcworld.org, click on the Connect button, and fill out the card. This will let us know that you're watching, and you can also be kept informed on all the happenings that are going on here at SLC. And by the length of our announcements, you know there's quite a bit. And for those of you in person here today, in a moment, we'll ask you to raise your hand. We will give you a welcome card, and you can fill it out and take it to the welcome table in the courtyard, where you will receive a very warm welcome and a lovely gift. So if you're here for the first time, would you raise your hand, please? Oh, here's somebody. There's a few people here. Oh, quite a few people. Thank you so much. We're so glad you're here. Very happy you're here. And now, well, it's a portion of the program, our service where we take our love offering. So you have an opportunity to support SLC. You can text SLC Love to 44321 or go to our website, click the donate button. You can also mail in your love offering with a check. And if you're online and want to support this consciousness, whatever platform you're on, you could click like, comment, share, or subscribe. We'd appreciate it. And in a moment, let's together say our offertory blessing. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God.
So how many of you are going home to watch the Super Bowl? A few? All right. Well, we have our song has a little nod to those of you who will be doing that today.
And that's the way they worship. Hey! what they love and how they worship. You know they take some extra time to be sure they're looking fine, 'cause they got someplace to go on Sunday.
Someplace to go on Sunday.
Someplace to go on Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, the gentlemen are ready for the game. Now the ladies may look down on them, but ain't it all the same? It's how they worship, what they love and how they worship. And if they want to have a ball, there ain't nothing wrong at all, 'cause they got someplace to go on Sunday.
Someplace to go on Sunday.
Someplace to go on Sunday. Yeah, everybody's worshiping their own kind of God in the way they do and what they really talk about. Everybody's putting a little something in the hat. The wise one knows where it goes. Hey! Sunday night, my upstairs neighbors with their crystals and their bells and their meditation pillows and their semi-legal smells, but that's the way they worship. What they love and how they worship. Yeah. Now you don't say that it's a sin to go traveling within, 'cause they got someplace to go on Sunday.
Someplace to go.
Someplace to go on Sunday. Yeah. Everybody's got to have their own kind of Sunday. Maybe Tuesday, maybe Friday. Now everybody's following their own kind of one. The wise one knows. You got to know
Someplace to go on Sunday. Someplace to go on Sunday.
someplace to go on Sunday. Someplace to go on Sunday. Someplace to go on Sunday. Keep on. Someplace to go. Someplace to go on Sunday. Someplace to go on Sunday. Someplace to go on Sunday. Come on, y'all. Someplace to go on Sunday. 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 Let's go!
I am so glad that we have someplace to go every Sunday. Dear Spirit, thank you for the prayers in our prayer box. Help people to know that healing power and also the prayers around people's hearts. Help them to know that they have the power to overcome the challenges that they are facing. Thank you for all the investments that are made into this congregation and into this ministry of time, treasure, and talent. Dear Spirit, thank you for our many, many blessings. And for this and so much more, we say thank you and amen and amen. Now we're going to say that wonderful prayer for protection, then sing the peace song. There'll be a wonderful music postlude, but join us out in the courtyard before you dash for the Super Bowl, for fellowship. I think it's really important. So now, let's say that wonderful prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, I am, and all is well. And that wonderful peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God
Thank you.